Cosmic Explorers. Welcome to Cosmic Insight. Rebecca Gregory here this evening, solo. Hillis will not be joining us this evening as he is in New York City doing an event. So I am all by myself this evening. And I want to welcome everyone for joining me on the show tonight. And yeah, here we go. So it's been just want to check in with everyone. How's everyone doing? And just feeling right now with how the energies are and everything that's going on. Just everybody's listening right now, just take a deep breath right now. Just breathe in and just relax. Let's ground ourselves in this moment right now as we do this show this evening, this Friday night, or if you're finding us later on. I thank you for listening. I thank you for being here. See if people are popping on. And yeah. So it's been a whirlwind, hasn't it? I am back from last week from my trip to Cancun. I'd like to talk about that a little bit and go into tonight a little bit about kind of like the real world that's we're dealing with right now and spirituality and just kind of a little talk and bring some things in that. So first of all, I want to. Last week when I was in Mexico and I jumped on the show for a few minutes, you probably all could tell that I was totally ungrounded and totally out of my space. And I tell you, this trip to Cancun was the most amazing trip in a lot of ways for me, in that it enabled me to step out of my comfort zone once again, because I had not been on that type of vacation. And it wasn't a vacation. I was also was a guest there for some events as well, by Rob with Terror with an Attitude. And but yet being in a resort like that and the energies like that, it was very interesting for me to step into that, and was totally out of my comfort zone of kind of where I had been and where I am now, and just seeing the difference. And I'm very grateful for the experience in itself. And I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to actually experience that, and that you guys got to see me all over the place. And now being back centered in where I was, the energies were just, for me, it was really intense. So it really had me step out and really look at myself and really learn how to discern my energy and see where I am and see where I've been, and noticing all the levels that were going on around it simultaneously at the same time. So it was a great exploration for me, and also the beautiful people I got to meet, the incredible healings I got to witness, and just actually just and the stalking of myself in a situation that I used to thrive in. And I was like, oh no, this is not me anymore. So stepping into a new space of me, which was so beautiful. And if anybody could just comment, I'm not seeing any comments or anything, just to make sure you can hear me and everything, just to let me know that I am going live here and that I am live, because you know how I always forget to press buttons. So, but in saying that, I wanted to do a little bit of cleaning for next week, and to let you know, next Wednesday we'll be dropping a fabulous show. We interviewed the other day, and I'm going to put his little information up here right now. Tom Palladino with Sky Your Light. And I highly recommend you listen to it. It's an awesome thing. And he's offering a free gift of 15-day healing. So if you get an opportunity next Wednesday, check the show out. But right here's the information right now. You like to jump on ahead of time to learn a little bit more about. So I wanted to plug that in there because it was just really cool stuff. So don't miss that. Also, next week, next Friday, live, you don't want to miss the show. Definitely don't want to miss the show, because we have two guests that are joining us. Um, that would be Kimberly Palm and Victoria Reynolds, who we have interviewed separately. But however, both the ladies are going to be on live with Hillis and I. So who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to be an amazing, exciting show. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, and that ought to be a lot of fun. So to get in what I wanted to talk about tonight, I was, on the trip, I, really got to kind of spread out and look at things at a different way, and kind of step into a new level of me in witnessing and seeing things. And one of the things that really came aware in that time that I spent was how much judgment and we put around the word spirituality and life. And it's almost become its own little bubble of judgment. And we live from that space. If you're stepping into the spiritual world, we live from that space in that it almost becomes a part of who we are. And oh, you're not being spiritual. We start to judge ourselves. Oh, I'm not being spiritual in this moment, or I'm not this moment. And it's so it we really attach ourselves to that word of instead of flowing with the universe of what it is and what it can be. And as I'm saying this, I wanted to come out of the spirituality and also living in the world that we live in today and being in the world that we live in today. And I'm feeling a lot of energy come around. So I'm just going to take a second and just ground myself in because we have a hurricane going, or the outskirts of a hurricane going on right now. And things are just swirling and swirling. So I'm feeling all that energy right now, which is really crazy. So if I keep on grounding myself tonight, it's just because I'm caught up in the energy of what's swirling around outside. So, what I wanted to get to a couple weeks ago, I said to Hillis, and we were going to do it with Hillis, but however, he's not here this evening, and I just got prompted to read this tonight. I came across Colin Powell's 13 Rules of Life. And it really made me stop to think, and that's where this came up between spirituality and living in the real world, and how we are navigating what's happening in today's society, all the chaos that's happening, all the judgments that are being put on everything with the virus and everything else that's going on. I mean, we are in crazy times right now in that we are moving into a whole new way of being, whole new way of functioning in the world, and it's amazing. It really is amazing if you stop to take a look at all the magic that's unfolding around us and not getting caught up in the fear, not getting caught up in the judgment, not getting caught up in everything that's trickling up to the surface right now. Because let's face it, everybody's oil is coming to the surface. If you're on a path or not, everybody's oil is boiling to the surface right now, and it is seen when you drive around outside. It is very chaotic. It is just, everything is just really crazy. So in saying that, I came across these 13 rules that Colin Powell, and he's just recently passed, and I thought it was really cool being a military man, and the rules that he lived by, which kind of like tells you spirituality isn't an entity in itself. It's humanity is what we need to look at. And how do we want to be humans? And how do we want to stand? And how do we want to make this world different? And so I want to read these. So the rule number one is it ain't bad as you think. It will look better in the morning. And how beautiful is that? Because we get so caught up in our ego, so caught up in our stories, so caught up in everything that we forget to stop and know that too shall pass, and it will look better in the morning if we wake up with a new way of being every morning. Rule number two from Colin Powell is get mad, then get over it. Spirituality, we all tell us always talk about letting go, letting go. And that's exactly what he's saying. You get mad, then get over it. Don't hold things into your field. And that's very important right now, is that we don't take on other things in our field. We are just witnesses of it. The next one, number three, avoid your ego so close to your position that when your position falls, your ego goes with it. Woohoo! That's a hard one to let go of that ego, because we get so caught up with the ego world, and egos are flying right now because the egos are kind of falling away right now, and the world knows it, and everybody knows it inside, that everybody's shifting and changing on how they think, how they feel, and looking at the world in a different way, and that ego's like, what the heck is going on? So I love that one. So rule number four is it can be done, and it can. Rule number five, be careful whom you choose. Rule number six, don't let adverse facts stand in the way of a good decision. Listen to that one. Rule number seven, you can't make someone else's decision. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. How many of us take on other people's stuff and listen to the other people of what they say, that we don't stand in our own truth? And that's what it's all about. So I love that one, that we really need to stand in our truth right now, and what's true for us and what's true for inside of you, not anyone else. Rule number eight, check small things. Rule number nine, share credit. And I'm going to say that one again, share credit. It's not about being individual. It's about when things come together to be together and bringing that community in, to share the credit. Don't take it all for yourself. Rule number 10, remain calm and be kind. Rule number 11, have a vision and be demanding. And this goes into the self actualization that we're truly moving into, where if we have that vision, we believe that energy, we step into that energy of what we want to create, we will create it. And it's time to choose it and stand in it and visualize it and be it. Rule number 12, don't take counsel of your fears or naysayers. Woohoo! That's a huge one. I know for me and a lot of people out there, that we get so caught up in our fears that we allow it to stop us instead of moving through and allowing the love to come through, because we are in a war right now. And the biggest war that we've ever been in is the war of fear versus love. And what side of this fence do you want to be on? Number two, and I'm sorry, number 13, perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. So what we think and what we believe and what we be in our hearts and standing in our truth and being in love of who we truly are will multiply out to the world to help shift this world to be the world that it should be, one of peace, one of joy, one of communion, and one of flow. And where do you want to be? So I want to thank Colin Powell for following those rules that are so important to humanity. And the difference, and just this is a military man, and being in the path, just so like staying away, that it's not so much about separating where you are, it's about standing in who you are and not anchoring yourself into things, but to stand in the truth of who you are. And standing in the truth of here, I think we have somebody joining us this evening, all the way from the other side of the world. Miss Ariana Cogden is joining us this evening with some fun. Since Hillis couldn't be here, she decided to pop on. Are you there, Ariana?
I am. Good morning. Good
I know,
evening.
it is morning for you.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you for joining. How are things going over in New Zealand in your world?
Oh,
What should I say?
crazy.
Huh?
Crazy city. Yeah.
Crazy?
So,
Yes.
yeah, I've never heard of Colin Powell before and those 13 things. And it was like, wow, so powerful. That needs to get out there.
I know. I
Yeah.
same thing. I know who Colin Powell is, of course, but I didn't know those 13 rules, and I came across them a little while ago and a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, these are really powerful. And I thought it was
Yeah.
just important to bring those out and showing that, it's not about spirituality. I mean, spirituality, but
Mm.
it's just, it's about humanity,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
humanity, we can all, nobody has to be on spirituality path or whatever path. It's just we just need to be in the truth of who we are and
Yeah,
follow that.
exactly. Yeah, and we're all in it together, you know?
Yes.
This is for all of us together. There's no one left out. It's only if they choose to kind of thing. Their fork in the road. Yeah,
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
So tell
Hi,
us what
Hillis.
you do. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't know if the comments are working. I'm not seeing anything pop up.
Oh,
I don't
they
know.
are, but there's been quick flashes. They've been rolling past.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do see comments?
yeah. Make
Because
your screen smaller. Does that help?
I don't know, because I'm not seeing anything. I was just
Oh, okay.
learn more.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. Everyone, I can't can you see the comments?
I can. Yes. So
Oh,
I've got a small screen on and I've got the comments down the side.
oh. Well, for some
Hmm.
reason, I'm having technical difficulties and I can't see
Oh,
anybody's comments. So I guess
okay.
you will read the comments tonight.
Oh, okay. I'll be the commentator.
You be the commentator tonight for us because mine aren't coming up. I don't know what is going on. I'm having
Okay.
technical.
So in the house, we've got, let me just go up. We've got the beloved David, Indigo, is it Benita? I hope I said that right. Bridget, Colette, Let's see, Bruce. And yeah, just scanning down, darling. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So
Yeah.
that's who's in the house right
Okay.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you. Well, welcome everyone. And I'll tell you, when I was talking, I was kind of getting out of my comfort zone because I'm like, there's no comments coming on. What's going on here? And I was, I got caught up in my head for a few moments and like, so I don't know what's going on, but it's so I guess that was your responsibility tonight.
Yes.
Spirit wanted you to be the commentator.
I love it. Oh, hello, everybody, from both of us.
From both of
Seen
us.
and unseen.
So
Yes.
welcome everyone. So you just let us know. So tell
Yeah.
us what's new. What's going on? Do you have any Ariana's dictionaries for us tonight or anything? And I thank you
I
for
do.
joining us from the other side of the pond or the world.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me and being here. And, I always love it, that north and south thing and just the connection as well. And yes, I do have a bit of Ariana's dictionary. Now, I have got props, people, because Becky required props.
I
However,
did.
yes. However, I'm afraid they'll probably be backwards. So we'll just go.
It's
So
all
it's
good.
kind of leading on from so Ariana's dictionary is just kind of me getting words and then get another meaning for them. And it's always like seeds and it can grow and sprout. So that's cool. And after reading those 13 things, it was kind of, this is really relevant. So I don't know if you can see that as, you think you're going through shit. And we are in a way. But really, what it is about is a shift.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's all shifting. Yeah.
It
All
is.
shit shifting.
It's a shitty shift. It
Yeah.
is literally a shitty shift. We are digging through. I always loved when I was back studying access consciousness. What was now? I got to remember this. I always remembered there was one saying they used to say, and I haven't digging through the shit to find the unicorn underneath or something. That we got to dig through all the shit that we
Yeah.
piled on top of us to find the beautiful magical unicorn underneath, and that's what we're doing right now. And the shit's
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Because as big and thick as it is, there are hidden gems there. And just looking at the contrast, of what's happening out there and what your belief system is really helping you define and remember as
yes,
well. So, it's kind of like, yes, there's healing, but yeah, healing is remembering as well.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And opening up that space to allow that energy, of who we are to come through and remember that. And
Yeah.
scan it.
David saying shit happens. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So, and
It's
we've
really
got,
weird being blindsided tonight.
yeah,
I'm in the dark.
absolutely. I'm your seeing dog.
I know. See, we're bringing it together. That's how it's supposed to work. Or,
Yeah.
what a perfect example right now of, we're not really blind because we have to trust and surrender that everything will all come together. Because I
Yes.
was, and I'm, me, I'll just tell it all out the line. I was like, oh gosh, I
Yeah.
know
That's what's cool.
what's
Now, there's someone here called Siglindi Mays. I do apologize, people. I'm dyslexic. But she's saying, it will be a great shift in the end. And
it
yes, it is.
will. It
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
It will. And I always say before that, we're a bunch of badasses for taking the time to choose to come here to this plane
Mm.
in this great awakening of humanity. And
Yes.
then, the Mayan, I was just down in Mayan world, the Mayan, we talked before, we're in the ninth wave, we've the Mayan calendar
Mhm.
and everything's gone through all these waves. We're in the ninth wave, well, there's a brand new wave in that calendar. So, we are in a new shift in humanity, a new way of being. And it's like, how do you want to choose? How do you want to show up?
Yeah.
And really, I really learned of we have to do a new level of discernment of ourselves
Yes. Yeah.
and the energies around us and really
Yeah.
take time to sit back and check in more so than normal right
Yes.
now, because things, and really challenge yourself to ask those questions of who do I want to be now in this new world, in this new energy, and
Yes.
continuously, and a huge thing is this mine? Really start to
Mhm.
learn where your energy is coming from and discern that energy as well, so you don't get caught up
Yeah.
in all the fear energy that's passing around, because it is heavy. It is really
Yeah.
super heavy.
Yeah.
Are you feeling that as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. And the other question I've been asking is why? Why do I feel like this? Why am I reacting like this? So it's when that fear comes up, or, like you were saying in the beginning, with other people being around and their opinions, just even asking why. I've never done that before, but I'm finding that that's been helping me out too.
Yes. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Go ahead.
Another little thing, darling, I've had, when it gets a bit dense, one gets a little addictions. So my addictions lately have been tiaras. So this is yeah, I've been getting it to remind people or me of sovereignty. Your sovereignty. Be in your sovereignty. Find your sovereignty. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's
Yes.
awesome. I love
Yeah.
to. So you brought the tiara up. I did bring a friend with me tonight.
Goody.
And I'm gonna share him because I saw him in a market when I was in Mexico, and I had to have this crazy thing. And so my
Yeah.
husband brought it. So I do the Mexican. Well, let me see. So here he is. So I want you to talk to him. Wait.
Oh.
I
Oh,
want you
hello and welcome to the Cosmic Show.
wait a minute. Is he working? Say hello.
Hello.
He
Oh,
talks to you.
yeah. Wow. How was Mexico? Oh, and how are you
What he
today?
says. Here, we'll just play the so we'll just play the fun Mexican music he plays, and everybody can
Okay.
dance. Ready? Here we go, everyone, because you got to have a little fun in your life.
Yeah. Oh, I love him.
Okay, I had
Oh,
to share him
awesome.
because he was too
Yeah.
much. Nice, I'll turn it off. Okay, I've turned him off now. He gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everyone for sharing my silliness. But that's another thing, to have silly and have fun.
Yes. Now, Siglindi said I did good with the name, so thank you. Indigo says, for the first time since the beginning of all this, I've had a couple of days where I've had to be on my own. It was needed, deep dive for sure. I'm feeling really good now. That's so cool.
And Indigo, thank you so, so, so much for bringing that up, because that is so true right now.
Yes.
We really, everyone out there, it's all about self love right now at a new level as well. We've always talked about skill level, but it is taking that time right now for yourself. I know I did that a couple times on vacation. Actually, I didn't go to one of the excursions one day because I woke up and my body from the night before was really hurting. I was a little worn out, and I had to listen to that, and I was like, no, I'm not going. I've never done something like that before ever. So that was totally
Wow.
different for me to say yes to myself and stay in bed instead of pushing through, which is what I would have done in the past. And I needed to honor myself, but then it turned out that the thing that it was canceled, so we didn't go anyway, so maybe I kind of read into that as well, so that
Oh,
was a
yeah.
bonus on top of it. But Indigo, yeah, beautiful. And I feel, and I thank you once again for bringing that up, because I feel a lot of people are going through that right now and asking themselves and having difficult saying it's okay, allowing yourself to say it's okay if you need time alone,
Yeah.
and honoring yourself and being kind. We have to be kind to ourselves more so than ever. And to know that if we're feeling that energy, take the time for you to be alone,
Mm.
because we, as individuals, and the individual will of who we are, cannot figure ourselves out if we're pulling in on everything and everyone else around us. So taking that time in space and quiet and stillness is probably the most important thing you can do for yourself right now. So I bow
Mm.
to you, Indigo, for giving yourself that space.
Yes. And so Lindy's saying that they've been doing it through odd pains and got down. So after resting, so pain body is a big thing too, of those emotions going through
Yes,
as well.
exactly, and the
Yeah.
energies as well. We've had a lot of solar flares going, a lot of light energy that's coming in, DNA codes, and I always say when people are having body pains, and I get them as well, but I always kind of look on what's going on the outside. And I don't know about you, Ariana. I think you do the same thing as well. Kind of like what's going out in space or out in the dimension,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
coming into the body, because that's the last thing to be affected. But right now, what's happening is we have had so many downloads lately of this new energy codes and DNA codes that are coming down from the stars, from the sun, and upgrading us to a new level because we have to vibrate higher. I mean, the,
Mm.
the frequency of the earth is physically changing, and we have to vibrate with it. So as we move up, so you're vibrating up here as you're getting these downloads, but your physical body's still kind of down here. So everybody's in this not matching yet. So that's when
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people are doing this physical pain, drinking a lot of water, resting a lot,
Mm.
trying to keep chemicals, which I know is real hard to do, and eating a clean diet and listening. And I I know there's all these different ways of eating. This is what I firmly believe, is we really need to step back and listen to what our body requires.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
for me, an example, I know when the energy get really, really super crazy, a Coca-Cola just balances me out. And
Um,
I don't I don't drink sodas a lot, but something reason like a Coca-Cola, um, something with the energy of it just really helps me, has always helped me when things get a little crazy, just to kind of balance me out. So
wow.
that's something and I know everybody's like, I'll turn, soda, but I don't look
Mm.
at it as bad. I look at it, I know my body will be level if I have a Coke, and I'm going to give that right now because this is what it requires.
That's so cool. And I just like to add that you like bubbles anyway. So, bubble
I love
magic.
bubbles.
Yes.
And two,
Yeah.
if you listen and honor your body, and circulate that out, everything's energy, everything's information. Your body is going to listen to that, and you're not going to really be affected if you're honoring the truth in your body. Your body's going to
Yes.
filter through what it doesn't require, and it's not going to affect you on any level.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I firmly believe.
Yeah.
Do
Agreed.
you have any
Excellent.
comments?
Well, oh, I've been bad eating. Um, yes, so have I. Oh my gosh, so have I. And this morning I let it go because it's like, oh, moon phases will get that, in our rhythms. Um, yes. Indigo saying, always listen to your body because you are feeling pain. Then maybe do a deep dive into your core and clear out any old energies. Much love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yes. So Vanita she's having trouble with um, comments, but she's saying she's definitely wanting to eat more. And yeah, I have too. I've looked at it as A, having a party, B, being grounded, and yeah, also helping to sort out energies because for me, the last 3 days, I've been vibrating like a device. And it was like I've just had to shut the curtains, and it was like food just helped calm me down. But yeah, I might try Coca Cola next time.
There you
Yeah.
go. You know what? And I think that goes to being kind to yourself. If
Yeah.
if you're having a moment where you're hungry and your body's requiring that, you know, I don't think anything's wrong. And I think we need to stop looking at food as good or bad or indifferent. I think we
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
I think we need to start looking as food as fuel, or whatever
Yes.
it might be, and or even like just to help to assist us in moving through the next level. Because with, we're, our bodies, physically, our bodies, I like every level of our bodies right now are really being put through the gamut.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think it goes right back again of just being kind as we move through this and giving your body what it requires so it can move, and then know it doesn't want to, know in yourself that it doesn't want to stay there. But right now
Yeah.
you require this in order to get, that's being kind to yourself. Right now I require this, and being vulnerable, being like, that's okay. I
Yeah.
require this right this moment, and that is okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get in your head about it. Be like, it's okay if I'm in this moment right now. Let me have this moment, and let me look at this moment of why I'm having this moment, and then move on.
And also, who are you feeding? Are you feeding your emotions? Are you feeding your mental body, and why? Are you feeding your inner child? Because I find my inner child, yeah, there's certain foods and I just crack up, and it's like, so that's grounding in itself, isn't it? Just, yeah, realizing who you are feeding. Yeah,
Yeah,
which part of
true.
you.
And
Yeah.
the child right now
Mm.
is reaching out. If you're doing healing and digging, there's still that little part of you that, that whatever you might be craving might be something that's soothing that little one for the time being. And there's another one I'm going to add to that.
Oh, yes.
What spirit are you eating for?
Oh,
Mhm.
true story.
I
Yeah.
do that.
Mm.
I know, like, my husband's mother, David's mother, she comes to me and wants a hot dog with mustard. Like, if I get I'm like, "That's Lenny coming to visit me." So I spirit
Yeah, yeah,
it's
true.
I get these crazy
Oh,
cravings, like, of food I don't
yeah,
really eat, and all out of the blue, I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's,
yeah, yeah,
whoever
yeah,
coming in." So I
yeah, yeah. Someone said that they've find the exercise good, and they've been feeling the energies too, and grounding a lot. So
yes,
that's a good point too. Yeah,
yes, ground and cleanse all the time, water, salt,
yeah,
trees, grass.
yes,
And
yeah.
even just toning your body, just sitting and humming or making sounds within your body just to clear
Mm,
out the energies. I find for myself, I take a shower every night before I go, not a long shower. I take a shower to cleanse off the energies of the day. I sleep better that way. It just really helps me. And it also, water helps reset your energy. So I know a lot of times for me at nighttime,
mm,
I might get, I get, especially with the moon phases. I don't know about you, Ariana, but I get literally energy running up and down my body through the night.
mm.
I can feel the downloads coming in. So taking a shower for me right before I go to bed, or sometimes in the middle of the night, helps to reset me. And that's really helped me to get through evenings sometimes, and just keep my field cleansed
Yes.
before you go to bed. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I use the air. I'll just go outside and ask the wind to give me a blowjob, basically. So, you know, but
I love you, Ariana.
yeah, but gently, because otherwise you get the full force. So you just ask for it gently and hold out like the star, like star jumping, and it just seems to swirl around you. And I find it clears all my bodies, and that's quite quick as well. Yeah,
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, I can feel the wind right now. As I said, we have, I think it's way out in the ocean, but the winds and everything are whipping around here because of the hurricane. Um,
yeah,
something going by. So it's a little windy out here.
yeah.
So is
Um,
anybody, does anybody, what time are we getting at? Oh my gosh. Does anybody have any questions or have any spirit questions or anything they'd like to ask? I'd like to open that up right now
yeah,
and see if anybody has anything they'd like to say as we move on. And thank you so much
yeah.
for Ariana for jumping on tonight.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure, whether it's this side or the other side. I just love being here. And
Yes.
yeah, just yeah, for you and Hillis, also witnessing your guys' bravery as well.
I thank you.
Bravery to keep going and then to share it on the show with everyone is really cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Did anybody come
Okay.
through? I wish I could see. I'm still like, why are the comments
Yes.
showing up?
See, Lindy says, how do you set emotions aside with hormones? I'll tell the whore to stop moaning.
What
Sorry.
was I? I'm sorry. What was I?
How do you set emotions aside with hormones?
Okay, so let me confirm. She's saying, how do you? So, if you get
How do you,
emotional around hormones, is that's what she's asking? I'm a little
yes, yeah,
confused.
when you're feeling really emotions, how do you put that aside um, with your hormones? So your hormones are building it up, I would say, and yeah.
Yeah, what's coming to me, the best way to do, is, and I tell everyone this, right now we're moving into a new way of being within our bodies, of learning vibration, and hormones are just a vibrational level. And emotion, as they come in and change in your body, the emotional part is coming up through whatever. So that's also part of are learning to navigate our new bodies and things coming through.
Mm,
So I know for me, when things come up, the best thing to do is just sit and allow and open to receive and breathe through them, of allowing whatever,
mm,
and sit with that, to really sit, the world, and we've always been out, so many people are outside of their bodies all the time, and now it's time to come in. And I say this all the time, it's time to come in.
mm,
And those hormones balance, because right now what's happening, hormones are coming up more than ever, because what are we doing right now? We are
yeah.
balancing out our hormones more so than ever.
Right. Now she's saying, yes, correct. Sorry to interrupt. She's saying perimenopausal. Perimenopause.
So the hormonal energies, and once again,
Yeah.
that it's the same thing. It's all
Mm,
energy. So that hormone, even perimenopausal energy, because I'm going through that as well, where the emotional breaks down, is just allow it. It doesn't
mm,
last forever. And just allow yourself to this is just what I feel. You just allow yourself to, because we really need to be in our bodies right now. We really need to embrace and add those. And as I said, perimenopause, we are, no matter your perimenopause or not, right now we are balancing our energies out. We are balancing our male and our female out so we can align. And that's what's happening right now, the balance with that. So when
mm,
the emotions come up, whether it be sadness comes up or anger comes up or whatever comes up, even the perimenopausal, is, once again, sit with those energies and breathe with those energies, open
mm,
to those energies, and just allow them to flow through and see what comes up. Talk
mm,
to them, give them, sometimes I'll give them, what color are they?
mm.
Then you can kind of dig further, because, even perimenopausal, it's still part of emotional stuff we're holding in our body that needs to be released to open up so we can move forward. What do you
Yes.
think? What do you think?
Agreed. The breathing thing, great. Acknowledge it, befriend it, because if you don't befriend it, then it becomes a fear, and that's resistance. Um, yeah, and what's worked for me is just sitting and visualizing, calling in the hormones and that energy just to flow through you like a river out the bottom of your feet and down into Mother Earth's core is but then having to top yourself up with other energies as well, whether that's back through mother. So that's a big one. She's also saying um, yes, Indigo is saying look for natural remedies, but I saw something there about hot flushes and anxiety. So it's the same of the river and just allowing and breathing it,
Down the
isn't it?
phone, and the hot flashes too, I know they come, we've been conditioned to know that they come with
Yeah,
perimenopausal.
yeah,
But I mean, no, I'm not even gonna say but. I feel also it's us, as we start to claim who we are, that
mm,
fire, I think, in a lot of people right now, a lot
yeah,
of people have shut their sacral down, have shut the fire inside of them down.
yes, yeah,
And I feel that that's boiling up in a lot of people right now. And the flashes are coming that. And once again, accept and open. And I've been dealing with the flashes really, really intensely. So, and as I said, this is what works for me, is just sitting, focusing in on them, allowing them, and breathing with them. And
mm,
there's things to help as well, like different oils. Once again, the oils, with hot flash. Somebody said, was it cabbage or something? Isn't there an old like wise tale like cabbage to cool you
Oh,
down or something? I don't know.
um, yeah, no, I thought that was when your milk came in
Oh,
after.
maybe I don't know. Cabbage is coming to my head. I don't know why. Cabbage is here. I don't know what cabbage is
Yeah.
coming. Cabbage is coming
Mm.
to me for whatever reason. But yeah, and cooling peppermint, cooling herbs, also,
Mm.
what you're eating, so ginger, there's different things out there
Mhm.
as well. But from the energetic standpoint, breathing into it is the best way, and allow it and just breathe it, and eventually it'll flow through
Yeah.
because it's
And
all
yeah,
just
accept it too, and then
yeah,
allow it, because if you accept it, you're not resisting it.
yes.
Yeah, and just I feel check in whether you need a water body or an earth body, when you're on fire as well, just to assist, because water doesn't always assist fire,
Hmm.
but earth energy could. So that could just be walking out on the grass as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's
Mm.
all kinds of things, and yeah.
Yeah. So Patty and Lisa have joined us.
Well, hello, Patty. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for joining.
Now, Indigo's question is: has anybody noticed the massive increase in spiders?
And spiders.
Yeah.
Um, no, I have not noticed that.
Yeah.
However, I can understand why Indigo has seen an increase of spiders. In that, Indigo, my dear, you are a web weaver. You are webbing a new dream right now in your world and in your life. So spider medicine will show up. Grandmother spider. You're stepping into that embodiment of the weaver, of the grandmother. So
Mhm.
I can feel right now why Spider is showing up to you, showing herself to you right now, to step into the new dreams and allow yourself to weave, and don't resist weaving the dreams you truly desire right now, because you are the web weaver of your own destiny, and the spider is letting you know that.
Yes.
Are you getting anything, Ariana? Does that make sense, Indigo?
I'll just scroll down and see.
It gets challenging following those comments, doesn't it, Ariana?
Yeah, yeah, it
Well, she just
does.
dropped off. I'm having technical difficulties and cannot see any comments tonight. So Ariana has
Mm.
graciously took over.
No, she's not written anything back yet.
Okay.
Yes, I felt to go into the spider and maybe meditate and connect with them and see. The flip side of spider is be careful what you weave and don't entangle yourself. And there's a saying here in New Zealand that if you see lots of spiders, you're about to move.
Ah, and I
Hmm.
know I know somebody is looking forward to moving. So Indigo, how's that coming
Yeah.
along for you?
Indigo's going, yes, Rebecca, much gratitude for that. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
see. I had a
And
beautiful. Go ahead.
Sigland's husband has noticed more spiders, and they've never had
Interesting.
so many in the house.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. So I feel, once again, I'm still going back to the same thing. We are weaving a new world right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the spiders are probably showing up to those who are ready, are in that weaving mode of creating something new for themselves from what was.
Yes. Yeah. And
And I'm
yeah.
feeling too
And
to step through the fear, to not be afraid, to allow yourself to weave is what's coming through right now. To allow yourself to weave that. Don't be afraid anymore. We really need to move past the fear.
And the spider energy is out in the quantum field and the universe anyway, so that is backs up what you've just said. Is
Well, I
yeah,
mean, the spiders, the arcana, that's the, in the web
mm,
of life and everything, that's the center of everything. That's coming home to who we truly are.
yes, Yeah.
and coming home to that wholeness. So the spider's just a very powerful, very, very powerful, um, what am I trying to say? My mind went blank.
Well,
You know,
medicine.
medicine,
Yeah.
medicine out
Yeah.
there. So,
Creatrix.
so
Yeah.
ask yourself, you know,
Mm.
where are you moving through and coming home to yourself? Because we all right now are being called, what's that?
Mm.
To come home to ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. And look where we're at, cosmic explorers.
I know, and that's what we all need to be. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to be an explorer. Challenge
Yeah.
yourself, question yourself. The Toltecs love stalking. Stalk yourself. Be the jaguar. Become the jaguar.
Mm.
Stalk who you are. And
Yeah.
clear the stuff out because we don't need to live in that space. I mean, everything's cutting now. The energy is just pulling out. All the karma's going away. Everything, all that old stuff is moving
Yeah.
away. It really is.
Yeah, and you know what I've noticed is like before it was like this, you couldn't move or anything, but now when you just let it go and it moves away, it's like, wow, you've got all that space to move and create, and it's gorgeous, eh?
Oh, it is, and we get to
Yeah,
choose what we wanna create, and we get to create it at a new
yes,
level, like, it's like this just new way of looking at the world, to go out of the box and have those dreams and those illusions and just embracing that and envisioning that's never
yeah,
been here before,
no,
and we need
not
to
like
open to
this.
allow that
Yeah,
quantum field to weave that beautiful web to create this new heaven on earth.
yeah. Sorry, Indigo's going, please don't kill them, just put them outside. Yes.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I quite agree with that. I was doing a bit of that to protect my son when he was a bit smaller. I was lying in bed one night and this huge diva spider came over me. Like I couldn't move. It was like succubus, right up against my face. And she's going, if you keep killing my children, I'm going to bite your son. And it was a poisonous spider. So I went, "Oh, okay." So yeah, that stopped me from doing that.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
It was funny, when you were telling that story, I had a story, not too long ago when I was one of my adventures, and there was a huge spider. I think it was a poisonous, I'm not sure. Was when I was saying this thing, and I was looked up, and there's this huge spider literally above my head, and I just kinda look up at her, and I'm like I couldn't get up and get her, so I'm like, "Look,
Yeah.
I'll share this space with you, but I'm asking you do not bite me or my dog, and stay out of my stuff and out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours." Did not see her since then, so I guess all is well in the world.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
animals, that's nothing again, animals, no matter if it's a little spider you could talk to
Mm.
them, you can communicate with them, and they do
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah. Absolutely.
except for ants. Ants are a whole nother we won't get into the ants.
No, we won't get into ants.
Ants don't understand
Anyway.
boundaries.
Oh, well, there is a way, but anyway, moving on.
Moving
Um,
on.
Benita is asking any guidance coming in for me today for my highest good.
What's her name?
Um, Vineta, Vineeta, Santoshi, Vineta Santoshi. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to really go to Australia because yes, Indigo, you will see big spiders there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so what I'm feeling is I'm feeling a lot of can you ask her, or maybe she, because I can't see the comments, if she's going through a really difficult time right now? I feel like there's like a really, um, I'm feeling a lot of turmoil. Like there's like something that's going on in her world right now that's like really pushing her, um, like a lot of aggression. Like there's this like just harsh energy coming at her right now is what I'm feeling, and that she's and it's almost like something that she had asked for a long time ago, um, that's coming to the surface right now. Is this making sense? If is she commenting? If it making
no,
sense?
she hasn't commented.
Okay.
Vanita, could you um comment for Becky?
Yeah, so what I'm feeling, I mean, this is just what I'm feeling, this really heavy energy. My head's, I'm just feeling it like this, whew, is what I'm feeling right now. This really heavy energy coming down. And I feel like to keep on going, I feel like she's giving up, like, it's really heavy. Whatever's at her, it's really super heavy. And I feel like she's just feeling like wants to give up. But I'm
Mm,
also feeling like don't give up. Just keep on pushing through. Like this is part of her growth and this
mm,
heaviness will end. You got to burn through it and push through it. Um and there's this light and I feel like it's something around a family member or something. It's hard with not seeing anything and commenting back, but that's what I'm
yeah,
feeling.
she hasn't come back yet. She
Okay,
hasn't.
okay, and that
Yeah.
she but I'm just gonna continue within the cycle of God that
Mm,
she needs to move through all this, that she is going through a cycle in the seasons. And as we were talking about earlier, the web, she needs to move to web to she's not stuck where she is. She just needs to make a new web. She needs to
mm.
open to a new space and open up and allow this to move through. She doesn't have to take this on anymore in her beingness and in her presence. Are you getting anything, Ariana, or is this making any sense
She's
to
just
you?
come up. Yes, there is stuff with family, but I'm releasing and moving forward.
Okay. So that's what
Yeah.
I must be feeling right now, that heaviness with the family. And I feel like
Mm,
there's, and as she said that, so that's making feel there's some forgiveness. And I feel like she needs to forgive herself about a lot of stuff that she's holding on to. She is moving through it, but there's some forgiveness within herself that she really needs to step in order to break through and really release this, to open this and be very discerning with her family is what I'm getting right now, to be in that energy of her truth. And it's going to be really hard for her, but to stay in your truth is what's really coming down on right now. Stay in your truth of who you truly are.
mm.
So I hope that
Beautiful.
makes sense, love.
And
Ariana, do you have anything that's coming for you?
well, I would like to just flash some cards because everything that Becky said is, and this is what you're heading towards, is this beautiful. Oh, sorry, people. It's called flowering. Look at her. So this is part of your blossoming, and to have yeah, patience like a pregnant woman. You don't know when your birth date is or anything, and they don't always get that right either. It's just happen when it happens. So yes, and I that's one of the really beautiful cards.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yes, she's saying, okay, thank you. I've done a lot of the inner work to follow my truth.
Beautiful, beautiful. Stand in that truth, my
Yeah,
love, and stand
yeah,
in the sovereignty of who you are. You've just magic coming your way. That's all I can say.
yeah. Gorgeous, thank you. Yes, I feel the transition.
How
Okay.
exciting. Woo.
Yeah.
Anybody
Now,
else? We're getting up to the top of the hour already.
well, Megan Delporia is just saying, hello, ladies, love you. She's just hopped on. I don't know if that's the Megan I'm just going to
Yes,
whizzy
it's
back.
Megan who's been on the show with you. Mwah.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Yeah, lots of love. Um, yeah, just scrolling. I saw that someone else wanted something. Um,
And
yeah,
thank you,
Patty.
Ariana, for taking action this evening and doing this because
You're welcome. Patty saying, I think lots experience some strong things this week. Is there some guidance for me to get on track? This is for Patty S.
Patty, you are on track.
Yeah.
Is
You
what
the
I'm getting right
train?
now.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's the train on the track.
He is the train on the track. You are on
Yeah.
track. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just it's it's just been bumpy energy. And the only thing and just shifting your point of view on a few things. You are on track, but shift your point of view. Take a look at, um, there's a few things around abundance and things like that. I feel like you're still kind of an old paradigm around and whole thought process around that you need to shift your pattern around that. Clinging to the past. There you go, Patty. and letting go of those attachments is what I'm feeling. But you are on the right track. It's just you're moving through. How many years have we taken to add all this stuff onto us and all these attachments and everything like that? Um, and so it's not going to happen overnight, but you're on the right track. It's just that you're moving through all the old shit. As we talked about earlier, you're shifting through the shit.
Yeah, and the shit's moving through you. I want to add to that too, because I feel the emotions or the river, it's like a river that's just
Yeah.
flowing through.
Yeah.
So
So,
well
Patty,
done.
just give yourself a hug, congratulate
Mm,
yourself for how far you've come, and just be kind and just keep on swimming. You're
mm.
on the right path.
So, Siglindi, Rebecka, may I please get a message for this weekend and to
Yes.
enjoy it?
Yes. I'm going to give you a message. Ooh.
Mm.
So I did pull a card for you
You're
since you're out here.
welcome, Indigo.
Wow. You ready? What came out for you, sweet love? Look at this
Oh,
beautiful thing. So it's the
mm.
the diamond dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. So, I feel like this is coming towards you. It's funny with Patty who said to change the mind and the point of view, but I feel like you were in that old pattern thinking of abundance. But yeah, you've been shifting and changing, and that's there's some magic coming, and I feel like there's something that's going to happen this weekend that's really going to just stay clear in who you are this weekend and stand in your truth of who you are and allow your heart to open and be vulnerable to there's something magical is coming your way, and that's all I can say. But it's not going to come if you're not able to open your heart, be vulnerable with yourself, and stay true and stay true in your sovereignty, to open to the magic, to allow that flow to come in. And that's what they're saying. But I do feel something's with that card coming, and something very magical is coming to you.
Yes, and I pulled a card too, and it's look at it, it's beautiful. It's about past lives. So release. Well, we don't need to read that. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So that's the past that you're moving through, and what Rebecka said.
So I hope that helped you, and have
Um,
a fabulous weekend.
yes, she's given love hearts and smiley faces. Patty says, I love a good, and then there's a full stop. So I don't know what that means. He didn't continue. And says, thank you both. Indigo
Oh,
says, thank you to you and I as well. Patty said about, yeah, oh, good. Just felt like a rough track this week, and others were talking about how they felt. So,
and
yeah.
yes, you're exactly right, Patty. It has been a rough track, and there's going to be
Yeah.
many more rough tracks. And to know when there's rough tracks, it's not doesn't mean you're off. And this is for everyone. When a rough track comes along, it does not mean you're off your path. It does mean you're not connected to spirit. It does not mean any of that. It actually means that you are connecting more to spirit. It means that you're truly on your path. It just means that there's a lot of energy right now, and it's taking a lot to navigate it, and it's okay. Just stand in where you are, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and it too shall pass.
Mm,
Once again, we started early with the energy levels coming up. We're trying to
mm,
balance everything out right now. You gotta look at the whole world as a consciousness right now. We're moving out of this masculine energy we've been in forever, into this, claiming this divine feminine to balance those energies out in the collective consciousness. So as that's happening, it is going to be a little rocky. And it's just knowing that, and not doubting yourself. Trust yourself. Surrender to spirit. Be in that space. That's what we're required to do right now, more so than ever, is to
mm,
trust and surrender to what's happening, and stand in the truth with no judgment, no attachments, but in the sovereignty and wear your crown of who you
mm,
are.
mm.
So in
Beautiful.
saying that, I'm feeling I need to do a little sound tonight, because I do feel like a lot of people have had a really rough week, and um, But with that sound, before I do that, I'm going to do a quick, I want everybody to do a quick little cord cut because I feel like a lot of people have a lot of attachments around things, but we're just going to do a bulk thing. It's nothing, we're going to do a bulk attachment.
Just before you do, darling,
Go
just
ahead, love.
before you do, Celindy says, yay, thank you, and she feels it.
Oh,
Now, there's so much love and gratitude coming this way. So, yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah. Everybody's just really just voicing and sending beautiful vibes and gratitude and love. Yeah.
oh, and thank you, Ariana,
Mhm.
once again. Oh,
Mm.
you saved the
And
show tonight, Ariana. You're
oh
super
no,
smart.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Because I wouldn't have
Um,
read anybody's comments. I've been going here the whole time going, oh,
oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. We would have checked out her telepathy, people.
we would
Um,
have. I could have practiced my a new gift, you know. But hey, that it's funny because when did I talk to you? Like this afternoon. Remember, I woke you up
yeah,
out of your slumber and
yeah,
was, hey, you want to pop on with me tonight? So you know what? I just, and you came on and nothing happens. I go, okay, we'll just go. And then you can see the comments. So look how spirit worked to like make
yeah,
the divine intervention happen tonight to bring everything together, to
yeah,
make me stand in my to trust that everything will be okay. Cause I was a little panicky at the beginning of the show. And that's why I was a little off to tell you the honest truth. Then I'm gonna be, I was out of my comfort zone. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And that was going through my head, but I was like, okay, just surrender and let go and everything. And look what happens. And this is
yeah,
a perfect example of how we have to function right now.
yeah. It
When the
is.
going gets tough, just surrender and know that it'll work out.
Yeah. Hey,
Awesome.
sorry, darling. I just Indigo asked if there was any messages. I'm just scrolling through, but are there any messages for me tonight, please, regarding the weekend? Much love, and that's from Indigo. So, have
Did
you
we
got
just do
time to
that
do
one?
that?
Did we just do that one? She
Indigo?
was a
No,
spider.
we did. No, we did.
I thought she had the question about the spiders. Sure, I'll do that for
Yeah.
Indigo. For the weekend,
Yes.
are you getting anything?
Um,
Oscar, Indigo, are you going to look at property this weekend?
yes. We'll wait for it.
So Indigo. And I'm going to tell you, Indigo, when I pulled a card for you earlier tonight, that's the same card. I just didn't show it to you.
And she just said, we hope so. So they hope to look
Okay.
at
So that's
properties.
what I'm feeling. You're going to look at property. And I think really feel into the vision of what you want. I have a feeling, I know you've been searching for a while. I feel like your search is coming to an end here soon. That you're walking into your dream.
Yes. Yeah, and I got the trust card. So leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, believe and you will fly. So that's up.
And so it
Um,
is.
so Lindy says, Rebecka, yes, you are amazing. Your energy is lighting up now.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I so appreciate it. Okay, guys. Well, let's get started on this. You guys ready for a little cosmic tune-up? Zippy zap?
There's no comments, so they're ready.
I guess they're ready. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little different tonight, just to let you know. It's not gonna be a very long thing, but I am gonna do just a quick cord attachment because I feel like a lot of people. So just kind of like you could do this individually, but right now we're just gonna kind of do it collectively. And collectively, I mean that you can kind of like just feel into all the attachments. You don't have to put, oh, this is from this person, this is from that person. Just kind of do it as a general, unless you want to do it for an individual. I'm not saying, but just kind of collectively, like, what, let me feel all my attachments right now as kind of a group. Does that make sense? Okay, here we go. You ready? Okay, just everybody close their eyes right now. You take a deep breath in. Give yourself permission to be in your body fully and completely in this moment. And ask yourself and ask your body to be able to see, feel, witness all the attachments that you keep holding on to that are no longer yours or for your higher good. And allow yourself to feel those in your body right now. And see the little snicker, the little sneaky things you have attached to you that are no longer serving you. And allow yourself to be in there in this moment. Allow yourself to feel that in your body or see. And real quick, and then I'm going to do sound to like just zap the energy out. So as I'm doing this sound, you can, what I like for you to do is just take your hands and just cut all those cords to all those attachments that no longer serve you. And as I do the sound, and just send them all off with love and thanks and gratitude, being thankful they served their purpose and did what they did, but you no longer require them, that it's time to weave a new web. So as I'm doing the sound this evening, I want you to step in to do that exercise at the same exact time so we can cut those cords, open up, release, and let go. So everyone that's listening to this now or in the future will be able to weave a new web of who they are, opening to the beautiful sovereignty of who they are and claiming their own heaven on earth and the dream that they now can create without fear from a space of love, from a space of open heart, from a space of joy and sovereignty. Everybody take a deep breath in, their hands on their heart, hands on their stomach, and bring themselves back home to them.
Whew, that
Take
was
a deep breath.
amazing. That was
Drink a lot of
amazing.
water. Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for joining tonight. I'm like buzzing right now, but I want to thank everyone for joining Ariana and I tonight for this episode of Cosmic Tune Up on Cosmic Insight. And I also want to say I'm also doing private sessions again. So I got a whole download using my sound and a few other little tools, new tools that I've been sent. So Rebecka Gregory7 at gmail.com if you're interested in having a session with me. Also, I'm going to ramp up again to do my painting session again, my 4-week paintings class. So I'll let you know when I get that back together. And a few other things coming down the pipeline. Anything you'd like to share, Ayana? Thank you for joining us with what you're doing now. Or
Yeah, no, I'm going to do the comments.
Comments.
Megan says, "Oh my God, that was amazing. Indigo, that was amazing, Rebecka. Much love and gratitude." So Lindy says, oh, it's moving. "Thank you. Literally, my head pressure has gone away." Benita, loved the sound healing, felt my third eye vibrating. Indigo, Rebecca and Ariana, you are two beautiful souls. Appreciate you both so much. Yeah, so that's cool. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you for doing that, Ariana. It's from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you for saving the show tonight. You were the angel sent from heaven for tonight.
Well, it was a pleasure, and it's lovely, yeah, just to see everybody there and
Yes.
beautiful souls. Yeah,
And
and just
once again, about you, did you want to share anything of anything you're doing right now? Or are you?
um no, I'm collecting. I'm still writing my Ariana's dictionary that I hope to put online. What is it? An ebook? Yes, and my pet sympathy cards. I'm slowly getting out there. It's just a technology thing.
Awesome, awesome. And
Yeah.
how can people contact you? Like the contact, and her cards are amazing, and we can't wait for a book. So when you get your book done, let me know so I can like let everybody know so they can get a copy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And in the
Um,
interim, how can people get in contact with you?
well, my website is Ariana, ARYANA.co.nz. And yeah, that's for readings and healings as well. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, I
yeah,
think we're going to close the show out. Is 111 perfect time to close this out? Magic. That's all I can say.
yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this
you,
evening
everybody.
for
Yeah,
this cosmic insight. Until next week. Next week is going to be really cool. Once again, we have Victoria Reynolds and Kimberly Palm on and with Hillis and I. So it ought to be a really cool show. So share it with everyone, tell your friends about it. And until then, stay in your heart, stay in your love, and be true to yourself. Mwah.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Stay sovereign.
Bye bye.